Okay. So here is an example. This is on TouchCast.com. It's a good example of using the green screen. You'll see it starts out in our virtual studio, which is a newscast studio that with a simple green screen you can place yourself inside of and have your own news show. So this is a very creative TouchCast made by students.
For the people of Quebec, it's been an extremely frigid week.
Western Montreal and Eastern Ottawa have experienced a 6-day ice storm starting on January 4th and ending on the 10th.
John Smith of Montreal Police said, "This has been the worst economically damaging disaster of the year. I can assure you, however, that we are doing everything possible to get the power back."
Now we go to Chantel, who's live on the scene. Chantel? Thank you, Courtney.
So you can see here the students have used the green screen to place themselves first in the studio and then out in the field to report on the weather. Yes, and they have a fan to create an effect of wind. It's very cute. And now she's put herself in front of a weather map, like a...
Thank you, Ashley.
There you go.
For the people of Montreal have been taking refuge in local hotels and private
All right, so I'm going to show you one more example.
Here's some pictures that were taken by viewers over the last 6 days.
This photo.
Okay. One more example that shows students using the VAPs, which are the interactive elements. VAPs stands for Video Apps.
Hi, I'm Kendall.
So here she's added 2 VAPs. This is an image VAP. So you can tap it. And here's an interactive map that as a viewer I can interact with. And also a video VAP. So now I can watch this video. And then I could go, there you go. And then I could go back to the TouchCast. You can see also in this TouchCast that she's used the green screen, so she's placed herself inside this background. Alright, so now you have a bit of a sense of what TouchCast can do, and now I'm going to show you how to use the app. So TouchCast is an iPad app. See? Go to TouchCast in the iPad. And now I've entered the cast side of the app, which is where I go to make a TouchCast. There's a question mark in the bottom left of the screen, which shows you coach mark. So at any point, if you have a question or you're not sure where you are or how to do what you want to do, you can tap the question mark and then you'll get these coach marks popping up. Also, here we have a tutorials button. So this takes you to our tutorial videos, which you can also see on touchcast.com/support or touchcast.com/tctutorials. But we'll send you all this information at the end. But these are helpful to search for specific, whoops, didn't mean to do that, specific things, topics within the app. Okay. All right, so in the new TouchCast section, you'll see that there are a bunch of themes here, which you should check out. There's the new studio, other cool stuff that can help you create certain kinds of TouchCast. But today I'm going to show you just how to create new. So this is like a very basic TouchCast. Here I'm just gonna flip the camera so you can see this is our green screen in our TouchCast studio. Alright, so in the TouchCast studio you'll see 5 tabs at the bottom: camera, effects, whiteboard, titles, and VAPs. These are the 5 sections of the studio. I'm going to start with the camera tab. Here in the camera tab you can turn the camera off and on. You may want to at some point make a TouchCast with the camera off, where you just have your VAPs and no video of yourself, and you can annotate your VAPs with the whiteboard, and you can also talk over your VAPs. So that's that right there. The other cool and very important part of the camera tab is the teleprompter. The teleprompter lets you put a script inside the app, so when you're recording your TouchCast, you can see your script scroll by. This line is the line of sight, so always read from that point because the iPad camera is right there. You can change the speed of the teleprompter by using this little scrubber bar here to make it go faster and slower depending on how fast you talk. And you can press play or pause if you want to practice using the teleprompter before you actually record your video. So to turn it off and on, you just tap teleprompt here. So I'll turn it off. Other important things to know in the camera tab are the swap button. So here I've swapped the camera using the front-facing camera, and now I'm using the back-facing camera. So if you want to make a TouchCast of yourself, you can do that, or if you want to make it of your friends behind the camera, so you use that. Also the lock button, so here's the camera. You'll see it often will refocus while it's recording, which can be annoying and distracting. So it's good to just find your point of focus and then lock the camera. It'll make your TouchCast look better. Also, there's a few other things here, white balance guides. You can explore that on your own. And there's also tutorials for that if you guys need help. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the VAPs, or the video apps, which are the interactive elements of TouchCast. So I'm going to go, there are these 5 tabs, like I said before. VAPs are all the way over here. So I tap that to get to the VAP section, and then tap Add a VAP. And now I have my VAP menu. These are the different types of VAPs. You'll see there are many. Today I'll just show you a few of the ones that are used the most often and are best for students. So first is the web VAP. So this lets me put a web page inside my video. So here I've tapped web VAP. Now I can search. So I'm just going to do TouchCast. Oh, we wanted to do something fun. We just heard about this one. So I'm just going to search for a web page and then find it and bring up the site that I want, and then tap Create VAP. There we go. So you can see that the web page has appeared inside my video, and the VAP lives here in the VAP tray at the bottom of the screen. So when I add more VAPs, they'll all line up here. You can adjust your VAP. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can also move it around the screen and change, oops, there we go, change the size and the shape of the VAP by doing that with this blue frame. I'll show you a couple more VAPs. I also have a photo VAP. So this brings in images from your iPad camera roll. So you can save any image on the web on your camera roll, and then you can use it as a web VAP. So I'll just tap on here and then click Add to Video. So now I have 2 VAPs. You'll see they're both here, and I can select them and deselect them by tapping them below. Show you a couple more VAPs. It's the Google Map VAP. So this is our current location. We're here in New York City at the TouchCast headquarters. I'll tap Add to Video, and now that Google Map, which is interactive, is inside my video. You can also do a video VAP. So when you add a video, you can bring it in from your camera roll. You can bring in other TouchCasts. You can use cloud services, which is Dropbox and Drive and all these. And you can also bring in a YouTube video. I'm just going to bring in, let's see, camera roll, what do we have? Something really quick so you can see what it looks like. There we go. So now this video is inside my TouchCast. I can make it big, I can make it small. So another important thing to know about the VAPs is over here. This allows you to change the orientation of the relationship between the VAP and your video. So let's see, if I select this web VAP, I'm going to deselect the other ones. So I have my web VAP selected, and then I can actually make it full screen. So here I'm going to record a video of this web page, and I can talk about it, and I can explore it, and I can draw on it with the whiteboard. I can also do split screen, so then you can maybe move over just a little. There you go. So now Sharon could be in the video split, and she could talk about this VAP. Yep, and then I can also do like big VAP, little video. So now Sharon is down here. I can change the size like this. And those are the VAP options. Anything else about VAPs? Oh, the poll VAP. One more VAP I'm going to show you, which is pretty fun, called the poll VAP. This allows you to ask your viewer questions so that they can vote. So I'll just do something quick like, what's your favorite color? What's favorite color? And then you can enter your answers. So Sharon likes pink, and then I'll say maybe red. Okay, so I've created my poll, and now I can add that to video, and you'll see it appears right there.
And then when your viewers will watch the video, they'll be able to select their favorite color, and you'll see what they selected.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a fun one to get your viewers engaged in your content. All right. So I have all my VAPs, and like I said, I can just tap them to bring them into your video. So as you're recording, you bring in your VAPs at the right time, and then they will be burned into your video.
And it's really cool to show a research, or if you may need to make a presentation about a topic you learned about, the book you read, or just to share school events. If you have a great image of a show that is coming, or you have like a donation that you want to support and you want to send everyone a website link, so that's the way to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to go show you the green screen. Sharon, if you could stay here, that'd be great. So the green screen is in the Effects tab. So like I said before, there are 5 tabs, and you get to the green screen by tapping Effects. So I'm going to do that now. And Sharon is standing in front of the green screen. You can use a professional green screen, or you can actually just like paint a wall green, that works, or put, we even have people who like tape pieces of paper together, and that works. As long as it's well lit and it's sort of an even color green, then it will work. So, oops, sorry about that. Okay.
Natural light is actually the best.
Natural light is the best.
If you have a window, just then.
Yeah, if you have a window, you'll be all set. So I'm going to tap green screen right here, and you'll see it's removed the green background from where Sharon is standing, and then I can choose up here either the image or the video. So I can have an image background or a video background, which is also fun. I'll just choose an image. I'll put Sharon here in front of a big colorful globe. This is a TouchCast default background, and you'll see here that I can make adjustments, like it's a little fuzzy behind her, so I can go and find like the sweet spot of where the green screen looks the best. So that's important to know. And one of the really cool features of the green screen is the silhouette mode, which allows you to use the green screen to put yourself inside a VAP. So it's a little different than just having a regular background because it's inside one of your VAPs. To use it, first you have to turn the green screen on, which I've already done, and then you have to go to VAPs. Okay, so remember this quadrant that I showed you before of like where you want to orient your VAPs. So now you'll see that it's a little different. There's a little picture of a guy in front of the green screen. So I actually have to turn a VAP on. So I'm going to turn the web VAP on, and then there it is. I've selected this. So Sharon is inside my web page, which is pretty cool. They come back this way a little, there, a little this way.
There.
You come back in there.
Here.
Perfect, there.
Okay.
She was disappearing.
Small.
Yeah, so now I can make Sharon small, and she's pointing to the dancing bear,
Oh,
and now she's big, and she's dancing with the bear. So there's a lot you can do. You can put yourself inside an image, or a web page, or a presentation. There are many options for that, and it's a lot of fun.
It's important to say that if when you're using a VAP, before you record, just make sure that it's not on your face.
Exactly.
And you know where you are in comparison to the VAP. So
Yeah.
Point at it and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's good to tell your viewer about the VAP. Say that it's clickable, that you can tap on it, because a lot of people may not know what it's like to watch an interactive video. So I think that's everything about the green screen.
You want to record something?
Yeah, let me just do the whiteboard real quick, and then, so real quick, that we have a whiteboard, which allows you to annotate your video, annotate your VAPs. There are options down here, like which kind of surface you'd like to use. Right now I'm using glass, so I'm going to actually just like draw on the video. You could use an actual whiteboard. Oh, it's not doing the VAP. There you go. So I could draw on that, but I think it's actually more fun to draw on Sharon. So I'm going to give her some ears like this. And like a little nose. It's really cute. So I have color options. I can choose different colors. Blue. There's also a text tool. Here you can make your text bigger and smaller up there. And so I'm just going to write like, something, hi, like that.
How do you make it disappear?
Sharon asked, how do you make it disappear? And the answer is you can either use the eraser and just scribble it out like that, or I can click New Board, which will clear my old board and bring up a new one, so I'm ready to start writing again. Here is where all the boards live, so now I can go back and find my original board.
So you can actually plan your TouchCast and prepare all your VAPs in advance, all your whiteboards in advance, and know kind of the order you're going to make it. And then when you're recording, you're ready with your VAPs, with your whiteboards, with your script. So you don't need to think, oh, what am I doing now? You're just following your plan.
Exactly. There's one more tool on the whiteboard that I think is pretty cool that I forgot to show you, and that's the arrow. So you can draw, there you go, like that. All right, so that's the whiteboard. Now we're going to just make a quick video. I'm going to make some video clips, and then we'll take it in the editor and show you how you can edit your clips. All right, so I have a VAP pulled up. It's the web page with the dancing bear. Sharon, I'm using the green screen. She's on it. I'm just going to start recording. It goes 3, 2, 1. And then...
Hi, we're here at TouchCast. I have a dancing bear next to me. Our studio is in New York, in a neighborhood that is called the West Village. It's a really fun area to work in. I really recommend visiting. And every time that Elizabeth is going to tap pause. A new clip will be added automatically.
So now I'm creating another clip.
And I'm making a huge mistake, and that we're going to delete later.
We're going to fix it.
Yes.
Okay, so you saw, so I brought up my whiteboard in the middle. You can create your whiteboards in advance, like Sharon said, and then bring them in. All right, so I've just made 2 clips. Now I'm going to go to tap Done. I'm going to turn this down so it doesn't keep making loud noises while I edit. So here I'm in the editor, and I have 2 clips, video clips. And I can do things in the editor like trim the clips, add transitions. So to trim, I'm going to tap the clip to select it, and then I'm going to tap trim. And now I have the clip along this, this white bar. So let's say I want to take out the middle of this clip, like it was really bad for a second there. So I'm going to find the point where I want to edit and tap done. Tap the scissors, tap the scissors over here, and then I'm going to split it again, and then I'll just remove this part by tapping the trash can here. So now I've created 2 new clips. I've taken out the center. I can also, if I want to sort of trim the bottom of this a little more, I can move this bar back and forth. Same here. I can adjust the timing of all these little clips. So now I'm going to tap save. And so that one clip has turned into 2 clips. And you'll see it all here in the editor. Another cool thing about the editor is I can add transitions. So I can tap in between these little boxes in between the clips, and then I have options like crossfade, fade through white, fade through black, and that just gives me a little bit more of a polished look to my TouchCast. I can also duplicate clips by selecting it and tapping here. It'll make a second. I can delete that clip by selecting it and tapping the trash, delete video. Here I can add more video. It can take me back to the TouchCast Studio. I can also import video clips and bring in from projects. Those are other options. And I can also add audio, which actually means add a soundtrack. So I can pull in audio files from iTunes and from our cloud services, which is like Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, and Google Drive, and bring in an audio file. This is a cool button over here. It's like a back button. So if you make a mistake while you're editing, you can just jump back to where you were. So that's basically it. So let's say I've edited my clips. I'm really happy with my video. I can watch it here by tapping that, and it'll go through the video. And then I'm going to tap Export TouchCast. So here I have my saving and sharing options. You can choose your thumbnail, add a title. Then I can save publicly by selecting public, or I can select only me. Public will upload the file to our server. It will be visible within the app and on TouchCast.com. Only me will save it locally to the iPad, and it will be viewable inside the app, only on the one device. You can also save the video to the camera roll by selecting this. So the important thing to know about that is that this version, it will be an MP4 file, and it will not be interactive. So if you're just using the TouchCast for, let's say, the whiteboard, the green screen, maybe some image maps that you don't need the viewer to tap on to have your full viewing experience, then saving to the camera roll will give you an MP4 file that you can use, you can share, you can do whatever you want with it. But just remember that it won't be interactive. So here I'm saving my video file, and it's going to send a version to the camera roll and also within the My TouchCast tabs in the iPad app, which is right here. So you'll see My TouchCast.
See that it's private.
Yeah, it's private. You can tell by that icon. If it was public, it would have this icon, the worlds. So we have a few minutes left, I think. Yeah, I have a few minutes before I'll start taking questions. I'm going to show you first about the projects, and then I'll jump back to yeah, I'm going to show the examples on the landing page too. Okay, so My Projects tab is good to know about because here is where you will save your projects in process. So this means all of your collection of the elements of your video, so your apps, your clips, your whiteboards, will be saved in my project sort of as just the collection of elements. That means it's not a fully rendered video. It's not your final video. So it allows you to go back and make some changes and do other cool stuff like sharing the project. So I'm gonna show that very quickly. So by sharing the project, I'm gonna tap the edit button and then select the project and then tap share project. So it's gonna take a little time to upload. And what this does is it uploads this project to our server, and it gives you a code, a project code, which you can then share with your friends, with your teachers, and they can download that project on their iPad. So it's a great tool for collaboration among classes or even schools, and it's really easy to use. So now it's generated a project code, which you'll see here. This code is case sensitive, so make sure that you pay attention to the capital letters. You can email it to share, you can copy it. And then if I wanted to fetch the project, I would just tap fetch project and then enter the code here, and it's going to download that same file. So this lets you, it opens up lots of possibilities for TouchCast because you can collaborate and share your work and exchange content. Switch devices, yeah. Was there anything else? You can also merge your TouchCasts. If you've made two separate ones, you want to bring them together, you can do that in My TouchCast. Just tap the edit button, and then you're going to select two, and then tap merge up here, and then it will just bring them together as one TouchCast. All right, so one last thing before we start taking questions. I forgot to mention it earlier, but on TouchCast.com, you'll see we have education channels with different examples. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see there's our tutorials. So that can be very helpful if you have more questions. And then we have all these education TouchCasts, so you can see what other students are doing. It's divided by subject, so that may be helpful to give you inspiration for your own projects. Also, if you want more help beyond the TouchCast tutorials, you can always email us at support@touchcast.com or find us on Twitter @TouchCast and @TouchCastEDU, and we can answer your questions there. So we have about 10 minutes left, and we're ready to take questions from anyone. So you can just chat those to Sharon in the social stream on Ustream.
One of my students wants to know if the TouchCast in the box is for sale.
Okay, the question is Studio in a Box for sale? And the answer is yes. You can get it at touchcast.com/studioinabox. And yeah, it's great. It's great for the whole class. Any other questions?
No, maybe we can talk maybe we can show an example, more example maybe.
Okay, which one?
Or about the channel.
Okay, we're thinking if you guys don't have any more questions, maybe we'll show another example.
The educational channel.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to touchcast.com. Here we are. And Sharon is going to pick an example. So this is a social studies example, and it's a creative use of the green screen. They're doing role playing, right? Whoops, just got to turn the volume back up.
Hey, Romulus, this wall you made around your city isn't very well made. And it's not very tall either. Anybody's going to be able to capture your city.
All right, so you can see here that these students are having fun with the green screen. Whoops.
You asked for it. I'll show you.
So they're doing some role playing. They've got a storyline, and they could enhance this with sound effects. Someone was just asking about sound effects.
Yeah, sound effects, and if you can add multiple titles to a video or just one to get started.
Okay. So sound effects are here in the TouchCast Studio under the Effects tab. You can see here, and then you just tap here on the right, and it brings up all the options. So it's a fun addition to your TouchCast, and you can also add your own here and bring in sounds from iTunes or from the cloud services. And what was the other question?
Multiple titles.
Right. Okay, so I didn't actually go into titles before, but it's another cool feature. It's one of these 5 tabs right now, and you can tap titles, and then you can bring in essentially a lower third. So if you want to put someone's name, my name's Elizabeth. There we go, Elizabeth. And then a subtitle, so I'll do like training. And like VAPs, you'll see that there's the title lives down here. So I can actually add another one and just like have a few ready to go, and I can either set it to have to show up for 2, 5, 10, 30 seconds or stay on for the whole time. I can also manually bring it in and out of the TouchCast as I'm recording, and then I can move on to the next one. So, excuse me, you can have as many titles as you'd like. Any other questions? Okay, we'll just hang out for another minute or so. We still have 5 minutes left in the training. We are going to send you guys some resources. So look in the email, a document with links to tutorials and to the education channels and the examples. You can also go to touchcast.com/support, and there are some articles there and links to our videos. And like I said, you can always email and tweet to us.
Maybe in edit, how do you get back to the studio?
Okay.
And how do you add VAPs, if you can?
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the editor. So I'm just going to go back and go to my projects, so I have some project to show you in the editor. Here I am, and say now I've recorded these, but I'm like, I want to add more. That is possible by tapping Add Clip, and then you can record in Studio with camera. So I'll tap that, and it's going to take me right back to the TouchCast Studio. Here my whiteboard's still up, so I'm just going to hide that and flip the camera so you can see the green screen. So now I can go back and just record another clip. Here you go, tests clip. And then it will bring that into the editor. If I wanted to go back and add a VAP to this, it's possible. But the key to that is that you can only add VAPs to a clip, a pre-recorded clip, that doesn't already have a VAP. So this one doesn't, which is good. So I can tap that and then tap Add a VAP. And then it will take me back to the studio. My whiteboard's still up. And now I can record this clip. I have to re-record it to add a VAP. And
Tests clip.
there. Now I've added a VAP, and I bring it back into the studio. So one of the key things about adding a VAP to a clip that's already been recorded, or to a video, which you would use with the video import feature, is that you need an iPad 4 or faster.
They're getting ready for this.
Okay, so I think that our training is done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please be in touch. Feel free to ask questions anytime. We're here to help you, and enjoy your recess. Ciao.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, everyone.